outdoors. I'm Eddie Sorensen, and this is my sister Denise Jorgensen, and we're here today to show you a product that we're very proud of. Something that we feel like is the greatest thing to happen to outdoor cooking since fire.
I don't agree with that, Eddie. I think it's the greatest thing to happen to cooking, period.
I'd agree. I think so too. Camp Chef, a company whose name is synonymous with outdoor cooking, has brought to us here today the Ultimate Dutch Oven. The Ultimate Dutch Oven is a very high quality Dutch oven, and Camp Chef only puts their name on a Dutch oven or any product for outdoor cooking that is of the very highest quality. In fact, their slogan is that Camp Chef is the way to cook outdoors.
And in my opinion, the Ultimate Dutch Oven lives up to that, plus a whole lot more.
Yep, it does, very much so. And we're going to show you today what you will get with your Ultimate Dutch Oven when you purchase it. We'll show you a few ways to use it, the many different combinations that you can take this Dutch oven and use it to cook outdoors and indoors alike. So let's take a few minutes and we'll show you that Ultimate Dutch Oven.
We'll melt some cheese on here, turn the heat off, let this cheese melt.
Ooh, when was the last time you ate like this outside? Thank you.
Betcha.
The base model of the Ultimate Dutch Oven is a 4-piece unit. It is available in both cast aluminum and cast iron. The pieces consist of a low-profile lid, 2 racks, and the well or the base of the oven. The low-profile lid makes a perfect frying pan. The two racks are made of a solid cast construction, which makes them very durable and easy to clean. The base of the oven is much deeper than a conventional Dutch oven, making the ultimate Dutch oven a high capacity as well as a very versatile Dutch oven. The secret to the ultimate Dutch oven is the cone that's in the center of the oven. The cone acts like a heat pump or a chimney that draws the heat right into the center of the ultimate Dutch oven. Because the hot air that is coming into your oven is such an effective and even heat source, we give you two racks so that you can lift your food up off the bottom of your oven so you won't have to worry about it burning. With all that heat coming from the cone of the ultimate Dutch oven, we give you the second rack so that you can now layer your food. The low-profile lid fits on top of the ultimate Dutch oven, making a very tight and perfect seal. The enhancement pack for the ultimate Dutch oven is a two-piece unit, a griddle and a high-domed lid. The griddle fits on top of the base of the ultimate Dutch oven and works as a lid. It can also be used by itself as a griddle. You will cook the best pancakes of your life on the griddle from your ultimate Dutch oven. The high-domed lid will fit either the base of the ultimate Dutch oven, nearly doubling the capacity of your oven, or it will fit right onto the griddle, making a totally separate cooking compartment. In this compartment, you can bake breads, biscuits, rolls, whatever you need to bake you can do inside the enhancement pack. And it all fits on top of your ultimate Dutch oven, so that you can do this baking while you're cooking the rest of your meal in the bottom of your ultimate Dutch oven. The enhancement pack can also be used to make a second Dutch oven. Both the lids that come with your ultimate Dutch oven have legs on them, so that you can cook in them by turning them upside down. The high-domed lid is deep enough so that you can use it as a second Dutch oven. For the lid for that second Dutch oven, you use your griddle. You turn it upside down and it will sit on top of the high-domed lid, making a perfect lid. Using this in conjunction with the base model of your ultimate Dutch oven, you now have two Dutch ovens. Show you the easiest and probably the best chicken dinner that I have ever tasted out of a Dutch oven. With the cone in the middle. Take a whole chicken. You can use pieces if you want to and set it on the racks, but I like doing it with a whole chicken. You'll take the whole chicken. I've cut, if you notice, I've cut the neck out, and I've also taken the back side of the chicken and I've made some slits so that he can sit now right down over the top of that cone. Just like that. All right, from there, we're just going to use a little bit of soy sauce mixed with a little bit of teriyaki sauce for seasoning. We can just take that with a pastry brush and brush it on top of your chicken. This helps season it, also gives it a real rich, dark color. Just a little bit of seasoning salt. Got a little bit of pepper. This is kind of a Cajun tasting pepper. That's basically all that you need to do. You add a little bit of water to the bottom of your Dutch oven. This is going to help create a steam as well as catch all of the drippings from the chicken. Make a very nice broth for that chicken to cook in its own juices. I want to place these briquettes around the outside of the lid. The reason you put the briquettes around the outside of the lid is you want to be able to push the heat down the side of the Dutch oven. We're going to check our chicken dinner. What we want to do is see if we've by chance boiled all the water off of it, the moisture. Looks like it's not. All you have to do is take your vegetables and sprinkle them around the outside of the chicken. So they're in the Dutch oven with the rest of it. And you can just pile it in. Chicken dinner, it should be done ready for us to eat. Looks like it.
Okay, when you're in the mountains, sometimes you like to have a dessert. We're going to do a boxed cake. And what this is just a regular boxed cake mix. You follow the instructions just like you would at home. You oil and flour your Dutch oven just like you do your cake pan at home also. And this cone, you want to make sure you get the oil and the flour around your cone so it doesn't stick. So we'll spray that cone good, get the bottom, your sides. So just dump your cake mix in and then follow the recipe on the box. Okay, now that we've got our cake mix already mixed, remember you've got to grease and flour your pan. Just take and sprinkle a couple big heaping tablespoons in your oven and then shake it around so you get the walls and the cone coated. And there's your floured cake pan. Now take your batter and just pour it around evenly. And we're going to cook this on the Camp Chef. When we put this on the Camp Chef, we're only going to have the heat at the bottom of the oven. We won't need it at the top because of this cone. The heat's going to come up through the cone and cause a circulation of heat, which will help your cake rise. So we'll just put the lid on and take it to the Camp Chef. Okay, after you light your oven, your Camp Chef, leave the heat onto it for 35 to 40 minutes and you'll have your cake. We need to check our cake and see how it's cooking. One thing you can tell if your cake is done is it'll start to pull away from the sides of the pan, which it is, and I think it's done. Okay, I'm going to go around and loosen your cake. You can use a knife or a spatula. Just loosen the walls. Now I'm going to take this griddle and I'm going to turn it upside down and put it on top of your oven. Now you want to use hot pads because your pan is still hot. And we're going to flip this and it's going to land on top of your griddle. There's your cake. Okay, here's a little secret. If you don't want your floured bottom face up, you want the pretty side showing, take your top rack of the Ultimate Dutch Oven, lay it down, and now you're going to just reverse all this. Flip it around, and then just slide it down onto your griddle. Much prettier. There you go.
Prepare for you right now is a really quick and easy steak dinner with vegetables, some onions. Works real slick in the Ultimate Dutch Oven. What you want to do is slice your onions so you've got some slices. One of the really neat things about the Ultimate Dutch Oven is that you don't have to use a lot of seasoning. You don't have to use oils, fats. You don't even need to use salts and peppers and things like that, because the natural flavors come out in the foods from the cone. Now we're going to get our Dutch oven ready to cook. Take our lid off, put it to the side. We're going to need all of the racks and everything with this particular recipe. I've got the bottom rack in the Dutch oven because I want to lift the food up away from the bottom of the oven, so you don't need to worry about it burning. I've got these sirloin steaks with all the fat and everything trimmed off of them, because I just don't really like to have all that fat in my diet, even though I might look like I do. But I prefer to eat these a little bit leaner. So we'll just set them down in the bottom of the Dutch oven. I love the onion on it. A really good way to cook an onion in the Dutch oven is take it whole before you slice it, wrap it in tin foil, put a little butter on it, and just set it down there and let it cook in its own juices. And you won't believe how delicious that is. I'm just going to set these right on top of the pieces of meat. But I'm going to save most of my vegetables for the top rack, because I want my vegetables to have a really crisp, steamed flavor. You can actually bake a potato inside the Ultimate Dutch Oven, and that's what I'll do with these red potatoes. At this point, you put your top rack into your Ultimate Dutch Oven. Go ahead now and put your potatoes. I've already taken these other potatoes and I pricked them so that they don't heat up on you. And go ahead and just put these other vegetables right on top of that rack. And you can just stack this as high and as deep as you want to get it. With all the food, you can go ahead and take that rack out, put them down in the bottom, and before people show up, just keep stacking the food on. Because that ambient heat that's created from the cone and the steam will cook that food, no matter how much you've got in there, very evenly and very efficiently. Put our lid on. Oh, I did forget one thing. You got to put a little water in the bottom. I've got about 1.5 cups of water that I'm dumping on. That will help catch the drippings as well as start the steam rolling. Usually start it out on about a medium heat until it gets rolling. Then cut your heat down to a medium low, or maybe even a low. And that's all there is to it. This will take probably 45 minutes to maybe even as little time as a half hour, and we'll be eating. Dutch oven works great as a smoker. All you have to do is add some hickory chips like you saw before to the bottom of your Dutch oven on the coals. Put your meat in here, add a little seasonings to the meat, and away you go. The coals We'll keep those hickory chips just smoking great, coming up through the cone, flavoring your food perfect. Now our ribs are just about done smoking. We're going to add a little barbecue sauce to them to finish them off, and we will be set for dinner.
Cooking in this pot with his meat in the bottom, all of his vegetables. We're going to take the accessory pack, which is the griddle and the high dome lid, and cook scones while our main meal is cooking. Take your lid with the legs on top of the lid, turn it upside down, pour oil in, and when you're in the mountains you don't want to sit and fuss. Make it as easy as possible. Use these Pillsbury pop rolls, make your scones. Get it hot, take each roll, drop it in. Okay, we've got our scones cooking. They've been cooking for about a minute. We'll go ahead and turn them over. Just take your scones out, lay them on a paper towel. You can use your griddle as a tray or a paper plate, and you've got scones. Going camping, I always like to sit around the campfire, listen to some stories, just visit for a while, and the kids always like to have a snack. This is really fun. Just get out the popcorn, pop popcorn in the fire. The kids can sit around and eat it. So you take and pour some oil, just like you normally do when you go to pop your popcorn. Cover the whole bottom of the Dutch oven in oil. Then take your popcorn, pour it around, take your lid, set it on top, set it down in your fire, and listen for it to pop.
Yeah, there it goes, popping. We'll have popcorn in just a minute.
I think it's all done. There's your popcorn. This little serving secret to your popcorn. Take your lid, because it has the legs on, turn it upside down. Take your popcorn and pour it in the lid. Now you've got a serving bowl. There's your popcorn. Well, today you have seen many different dishes that the Ultimate Dutch Oven can prepare.
I'm sure that you're going to come up with a lot more dishes of your own. Just give the Dutch oven a try. We know you're going to be pleased with it. We hope you enjoy everything you prepare in your Ultimate Dutch Oven the same way that we're going to enjoy what we've made today. Let's eat.
All right, sounds good.